Understanding preterism, a different view of prophecy. Preterism offers a unique perspective on biblical prophecy. Many Christians believe prophecies mainly point to the future. However, preterism suggests many prophecies have already happened. The word preterism comes from the Latin word praeteritus, meaning past. Full preterists believe all or most prophecies in the Bible, including those in Revelation, were fulfilled by 70 AD. This was the year the Roman army destroyed the temple in Jerusalem. This event was a pivotal moment in Jewish history. Preterism doesn't deny the future return of Christ, however it interprets biblical prophecies within their historical context. Preterists argue that understanding the original audience and their circumstances is crucial. This approach helps to unlock the true meaning of these ancient texts. By carefully examining the language and symbolism used, preterists aim to uncover the original message. This message was intended for the people living in the 1st century. Preterism seeks to reconcile seemingly confusing prophecies with history. It aims to provide a coherent understanding of God's plan. This perspective encourages a deeper appreciation for the Bible's message. It does so by connecting it to the lives and experiences of its earliest recipients. Revelation's intended audience, messages for a specific time. The book of Revelation, often shrouded in mystery, becomes clearer when we consider its intended audience. This book, filled with vivid imagery and symbolism, wasn't meant for people living centuries later. It was addressed to 7 specific churches in Asia Minor during the 1st century AD. These churches were facing persecution and challenges. John, the author of Revelation, wrote to encourage them. He wanted them to remain faithful amidst trials. The message of Revelation was urgent and relevant to their immediate context. The visions of beasts, plagues, and judgments were not meant to be literal depictions of the distant future. Instead, they conveyed symbolic messages about the Roman Empire, its persecution of Christians, and the impending destruction of the Jerusalem temple. This event held immense significance for both Jews and early Christians. John's use of apocalyptic language, common in Jewish literature of that time, was a way to communicate hope and assurance to a persecuted community. By understanding the historical context and the intended audience, we can begin to grasp the true meaning and message of Revelation. This perspective allows us to appreciate the book's message for its original recipients. It also helps us to glean timeless truths relevant for us today. John's timeline prophetic clues point to the past. Examining the timeline John presents in Revelation strengthens the preterist view. John repeatedly emphasizes the imminent fulfillment of the prophecies. He uses phrases like things which must shortly take place, Revelation 1:1, and the time is near, Revelation 1:3. This urgency suggests the events described were not meant to be understood as happening thousands of years in the future. Furthermore, John's mention of specific individuals, such as the Roman Emperor Nero, places the book firmly within the 1st century. Nero was a cruel persecutor of Christians, and his reign of terror aligns with the imagery of the beast in Revelation. This connection further supports the preterist interpretation. It grounds the prophecies within a specific historical context. The preterist interpretation doesn't diminish the significance of Revelation's message for us today. Instead, it allows us to understand the book on its own terms. It allows us to see it as a message of hope and encouragement for a persecuted church facing imminent danger. By understanding the historical context, we can then extract timeless truths about God's sovereignty, His judgment on evil, and His ultimate victory over darkness.